one other area of news I want to focus on tonight in the news and analysis segment, and that's Obama on the chopping block. You know, when we put out the Obama deception back in, March of 2009, a lot of people were shocked by it, and it's since been watched by more than 35 million people online. And they said, you mean he's going to be politically built up and then destroyed? That this is all basically staged? Alex, that's never going to happen. Well, let's go ahead and play this clip. That's a few snippets from my film, The Obama Deception, that we released just a few months after Obama was in office, predicting that he would later be politically destroyed.
Presidents are now little more than corporate pitchmen who take all the political heat, while the controllers remain in the shadows, safe from public scrutiny. In the real executive power structure, the president serves the military-industrial complex, itself owned by the international bankers. If there's a revolution, the population just throws out the prime minister or president. The elite stays in power because the public is never aware of who the real enemy is. Upon Obama's inauguration, members of the Bilderberg Group, Trilateral Commission, and CFR flooded into every position of power in the executive branch, replacing Trilateral Commission and CFR members who previously filled the positions during the Bush administration.
And we get more into it in the film, and also the sequel, Fall of the Republic, that was released just 4 or 5 months after the Obama deception, and the films are evergreen. You see, I have an analogy that I've used. It's been picked up by the national media, and it's basically that a president is like a shield for the New World Order when they're a puppet. And the establishment picks up the shield, whether it's Ronald Reagan, George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, Obama, and it gets attacked, it gets bashed in. And when they're done, they throw it down and pick up a new shield. And that's exactly what's happening. And the bigger they get built up, the harder they fall. They have built Obama up like he is the absolute savior of the earth. And in that way, when the Depression sets in and the banksters consolidate our economy as well as the euro, which is now happening, they can simply bring in another Rick Perry or Mitt Romney or other puppet, or even another Democratic challenger for the nomination for the Democratic presidency candidacy, and fool folks a little bit longer instead of looking past the puppets to the actual people that hold the strings. And here it is in the news today, just a small smattering. Remember, this is teleprompter-free news, ladies and gentlemen. This is my analysis, my information. So occasionally I'll kind of falter or stutter. Sometimes the show's 30 minutes, sometimes it's 2 hours long, because it's real. This is real information, not somebody reading off a teleprompter. Why are teleprompters important? The system can load its propaganda in at 1,000 points and have a unified message. This is true alternative media. Continuing, here's the Chicago Tribune. Why Obama should withdraw. Continuing, Washington Times. Liberals vow to challenge Obama in Democratic primary. So you're seeing these headlines everywhere as they're flushing Obama. Now Obama faces questions on his investments. USA Today. This was always known about the corruption and the Chicago chicanery. Again, I'm not defending Obama. He's just a mid-level frontman that reads off teleprompters. It's now coming out, you know, the head of the Black Caucus says if Obama wasn't president, we would have marched on the White House a long time ago. Obama administration reworked the big solar company loan to favor donor, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Notice these are all in his strongholds. Democratic Party establishment turning on him. And it's because they're getting ready to throw him overboard to try to get a new puppet in. The system needs a new shield. Before, a shield would last 4 to 8 years for the establishment. Now they last a matter of months. He had one of the lowest approval ratings in presidential history just 6 months after being in office from one of the highest. In fact, there's one over there on the screen. Obama hits new low in another poll, 39%. Again, as they prepare to fully bring down this economy, as they prepare to offer you their new puppets as the solution, they have to first destroy the old puppet. And we're at a very dangerous point right now with Puppet Obama, because if some of the insiders that are in his camp decide to try to keep him in power, they're going to stage terror attacks and say that his enemies did it. Or they could even stage an assassination. I've always said that Obama could be the next big inside job. We want nothing to happen to this puppet. We want nothing to happen to George W. Bush. They're rancid little nobody puppets for the elite. We want to go after the actual people that are using them as shields. We want to go after them with the Constitution, with the Bill of Rights, because they are the people that are steering our economy over the edge of a cliff. And that's why I and many others like Gerald Celente, Ron Paul, have been able to predict it.